Welcome to Upturned Table. I'm Jeremy, and today we are playing Vaesen. So the mystery we are playing is the Silver of the Sea. And joining me are Matt and Will. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hello, hello. How's it going?
This is our second session. Our second session of Silver of the Sea. So you've arrived at Wrecker Island, and we're pretty quickly welcomed by, or escorted, I guess. Once you were sniffed out as a possible business prospect and looked like you had money, you weren't allowed to stay at the kind of rotten inn and were sent to the Amundsen's residence. So the priest, Oscar Udrin, had brought you here to investigate the disappearance or the murder. I guess they found a body. So the murder of his mentor. And it seems like both of you are a little skeptical that your services, your skills are actually needed. This might just be kind of someone cornering the market. Yeah. Cornering the herring market and taking advantage of desperate fishermen to keep them liquored up.
I think we were skeptical until we went in that house and met the smelly guy.
Right.
And now it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to burn this place down.
Real Innsmouth situation is what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah. So you were brought to the residence and offered dinner. The herring baron, as he is known, Zacharias, was
that probably sounds better in Swedish.
Yes, yeah. I think I heard somebody say Zacharias or something. Yeah, I forget the Zacharias something. Zacharias, I think. Yeah, Zacharias Amundsen. Yeah, I'm going with the the Amish pronunciation.
Oh, I just meant herring baron.
Herring baron.
In Swedish is probably way cooler sounding.
Yeah, that's true. Herring baron. The Baron of Herring. Yeah, that's true.
The Sultan of Salmon.
Yeah, it works all this time to get that title. So you're invited to actually stay at their residence as guests and are offered dinner. And the unusual thing you did notice about Zacharias himself was he's masking some sort of smell with heavy perfume and kind of inappropriately floral perfume. It doesn't quite fit his style of dress and how he presents himself. So you were in the room. You're in your room getting settled, and we're about to be called down for coffee and tea. When through the window, I guess the window is still closed, but so out through the window, you hear Oscar. So he has taken a liquor barrel from the side of the inn and is standing on it and begins preaching to the people of the island. And you basically you can't hear well through the closed window, but you're hearing things like the Devil's Temple on Earth and Den of Sin, little pieces of a very fire and brimstone sermon that he is preaching to convert. And from speaking with him, you knew that his mentor, that was his big motivation, is to convert this island. So they're he's continuing in his mentor. So Carl Erik Hedqvist, the vicar, was his mission was to convert the residents of the island. Yes.
In the last adventure, I think he told us he was like described as an evangelist, right?
Yeah. The religion is they're both called evangelists.
So is it like analogous to real world, where like they would be sort of this vociferous minority and there's a more stoic church organization that's not?
I think so. Yeah, that's less active in conversion. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they're definitely all Protestant, but they, there's these evangelists. The little bit that I looked up is, Swedish evangelists in the 19th century did have missions to Africa, like Eritrea and things. There's there's photos of some of the missions that they were on. So yeah, they are aggressively, and I guess it works well for this time because of this clash between new and old. That the evangelists would be the most aggressive in conversion.
And are they like kind of resented but tolerated, or should we be concerned that if he too loudmouth, these sailors are going to beat him up, or like?
I mean, the last one got shot, so
yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Carl Eric was thrown off the island, and he faced a lot of violence. That's why he started to carry a pistol, because he did fear for his personal safety. Yeah, so they are a vocal minority of Christianity that the average person just doesn't have any time for. Yeah, doesn't like the aggressive and also the telling them that they're damned, and telling them they're full of sin when they're just trying to make a living.
And then the other thing I was kind of thinking about was, so this is sort of a boomtown situation, right?
Yes,
but the workers don't live here; they live on other islands. Is that how it's looking?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. This is it just because there's so much prosperity centered on this one little tiny island. The ships are actually backed up on their route between Gothenburg and this place. So what should be a more developed, kind of more efficient operation just means that you see several large ships that are anchored further off in the sea among this archipelago, and then smaller boats are moving back and forth the barrels of train oil and the herring and everything. Yeah. So it's very inefficient, but there's a lot of money to be made. Yeah. So people are dealing with it.
Yeah, when you buy this place, Aksel, you need to build like a whole hotel row.
Yes.
On another island, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Far away from the herring smell.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to have you do, so hearing, kind of generally, you can definitely hear the tone, the kind of fiery tone of Oscar's words, and you can understand a few phrases, but I need you to roll vigilance.
Oh. Yes. Does this qualify?
Uh-huh.
Let me see.
Would my binoculars come into play for what I'm looking for, or is this a?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah. You're.
I mean, is it me looking out at him and seeing what's going on? Is that what we're
Yes.
Doing? Okay.
Yeah. You're looking outside. Yeah. This is based on your kind of observing the scene of what's happening with Oscar.
They give me +2.
Never mind.
Oh, it was, nice.
I think it was last game I buffed my vision. So never mind.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 3 successes.
What?
Nice.
What? 1!
Binoculars.
1
all
success.
Right.
But I had less than half as many dice as you.
Well done.
Nice. Let me try something.
What? But I can't see what you rolled.
Oh, yes, that's true. All right, so okay, so Aksel, you're observing Oscar's preaching, and he specifically the thing you notice is the person most concerned and seems most concerned about him, and the kind of trying to get him to step down off of the liquor barrel is Justina, the waitress that helped you. The waitress that assisted you and actually got you connected with the godmother that had got she referred you over to the residence, her residence. But Nils is sees something a little bit different as he's watching as Oscar's arms flailing and his voice extended. There are a large kind of flood of crabs from the sea that start to pour onto the beach, and it's an unimaginable number. Thousands turn into tens of thousands, turn into hundreds of thousands, turn into millions, and soon the entire beach is completely covered in these crabs, and they're making this kind of repetitive kind of clicking, chittering sound with their claws, and very soon the crabs have covered the beach so completely, and you hear them start to make their way up onto the front porch of the house and actually onto the walls of the house. So the window that Nils is looking at is very quickly obscured, by just the bodies of these crabs and this clicking, chittering sound.
And
what happened? What is the last thing we saw of the father and Justina outside? They look like they were being swept up by these crabs, or are we between them and the crabs?
So the crabs look like they came from the beach. I guess they would have been starting to be at the feet. So Aksel doesn't see any of this, okay. But Nils would see them like they're starting to like just surround. They're not crawling onto people, but they're covering the ground, and they've obscured your view out the window, and you hear this repetitive clicking.
Were we looking out the same window?
I think so. Yeah. You both, because I think there's one window. It's not a big room. So you were looking out one window.
So now I'm aware it's happening. I just didn't see it coming.
No, I don't think you see it.
Yeah, you don't see it at all. You don't hear anything. You don't hear. All you see is Justina pleading and trying to get Oscar to step off of a barrel, while Nils sees that scene now coated in this avalanche of crabs.
Is there a oil lamp on the table or anything?
Oh yeah, they're definitely.
You're burning this house down, aren't you?
Yeah, Nils is gonna pick it up and push Aksel back. Stay behind me, sir. I've got this.
Nils, what are you doing?
And I'm gonna pull back for the big pitch.
I'm gonna grab the lantern out of his hand.
Okay.
Tries to burn everything down every time we go anywhere.
Yes, and just the action of turning to get the oil lamp and then turning back to the window, the crabs are gone completely. So the window is now completely clear as before. So it was it instantly is gone. It's gone, and the next thing you hear is the voice of the maid asking you for to come down for coffee.
I put the lamp down.
I'll be right there. Thank you.
Sir, it happened again. I'm assuming you didn't see the crabs.
I look out the window. Is there any crabs anywhere?
No, nothing. Not a single crab.
Yeah,
no, Nils. I don't see any crabs.
Nils gonna peer out and sort of try to look down if he can, and look around the side if he can. It's been a long day. So you didn't see millions of crabs crawl out of the water and cover the house?
No, Nils, that didn't happen. I'm gonna kind of give him a once over. Does he seem like he's possessed or on some type of butler enhancing drug that he's trying to use to be a better butler? Or
no.
Really narrow pupils.
Yeah.
No, actually, I should have described that a little bit better. So turning and picking up the oil lamp, which I think this oil lamp would have been metal. The base of it would be metal. Uh-huh. The canister holding and a glass, like kind of a glass hurricane. When you turned around with that in your hand, is when you didn't see any more crabs.
Like when I was winding up.
Yes. Yeah. So you were holding the lantern,
okay.
And so it wasn't just turning away and turning back. It was actually picking up the lantern.
Nils is gonna realize that, as usual, he's on a different page. So he's gonna kind of collect himself, straighten his coat, and say, "Perhaps you would like to attend to lunch, and I will go calm down the preacher."
Oh yes, good. And
Yes, don't make too much of a scene, though. We still don't want to be associated with him.
Oh, not at all.
yeah, so you got a lot of successes, Axel. So you also see in addition to Justina now trying to get Oscar to step down. There are also now sailors that are coming out of the inn. Some bottles are being thrown. So you're seeing the scene escalate pretty seriously.
That man. Did it seem like Justina was like, and I don't know how well I can read the situation. Does it seem like she's frustrated with him and just like, get out of here, crazy preacher man, or is she like, step down before you get hurt type of situation?
Yeah, it's almost like she's addressing her little brother or something. Like she's almost scolding him as if she knows him very well. Yeah, you can definitely tell they know each other, and she cares about his safety. And it's not just a stranger that that she knows there's going to be some violence. It's someone that she has some relationship with. She knows in some way.
Nils is gonna
They're familiar.
push up his sleeves past his elbows and just go out there.
Okay.
Nils, before.
Yep.
Nils,
Yes, sir.
I believe that he may have a familial. I can't speak. A family connection, because I can't use words correctly right now. My tongue's too tied. With the young waitress from the Wrecker Inn, you may be able to use her to convince him to maybe get off this island or stand down.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you need to pummel him about the head and shoulders.
Oh, I'm not going to pummel him, sir. I'm just going to escort him to the inn or somewhere else.
Very good. I'll leave him in your capable hands.
Excellent. Okay, so Laura leads you downstairs, and Nils can then peel off if he wants to go outside, and and so even on the first floor you can hear the preachers yelling. You can hear his excited voice. Okay, so let's pick up with Nils for a sec. So as you head out the door and walk off the front porch of the Amundsen residence, you're hearing, "I come before you with a heavy heart, hardened with the..." Oh, I guess he's got a different... I come before you with a heavy heart, burdened with the knowledge of an evil that has taken hold of this island. The devil himself is responsible for this abundance. My friends, our situation is grave, for the devil is cunning and deceitful. He has ensnared the people of this island. This has become the devil's temple on earth, a den of sin. In the face of such an insidious foe, we must stand together, united, in our resolve to fight against the forces of darkness. And he's continues pleading for people to leave this island and its corruption behind. So
has he attracted a crowd at all? Or
yes, yeah. So now there are sailors that are coming out of the bar, and as Aksel saw from the window, people are starting to throw bottles and things to try to get him to step down, and so they're saying, go back to the mainland, landlubber, and shut your mouth. He's getting a lot of jeers and yelling at the preacher boy.
Does he have a person, like what do you call it, like an appellation, is he a pastor or a parson or anything like that? Or?
Oh, I think just priest. Yeah, I think that was the only thing that he was called. Just priest. Because I think he was set to take over the. I'm not sure the level of vicar and I don't know, but he was set to take over the parish or the congregation that his mentor had vacated.
Well, I'm gonna
upon his death.
Although we are Swedish, technically, I'm gonna go slip into British slang and call him Padre.
Okay. All right.
Oh, there, Padre! Climb down from your barrel. I needed to consult with you.
And he glances over at you and kind of tries to wave you off with his other hand as he's holding a cross, a small wooden cross, and continues to stand. As our duty as servants of the Almighty are to stand against the evil that we fight for good. And he continues his yelling, and Justina now is reaching, trying to reach up. She's standing in front of him and trying to reach up at his arm, one of his arms, to pull him off. And she's like, Oscar, please, you don't want to do this. Please, I beg you. You're endangering yourself. It's not safe to do this. And so she's with a lot of concern, so in the time, so we've known each other for so many years. I would hate to see anything happen to you. Please, Oscar, step down.
So, isn't he the guy who asked us to come here?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to get close.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like lower tone, so the sailors throwing bottles and whatnot might not going to hear. And like,
right, okay.
I'm going to say, boy, get off that barrel and come with me to the seaside and help me, or I'm going to throw you in the ocean.
Okay, good. So, let's do a. Why don't we do a manipulate?
Oh,
just to see, yeah.
Oop. I keep minimizing this character sheet and forgetting that. Okay. No, I'm pretty good at that. Where are you? There we go. Oh,
nice.
I think it's time to get angry.
Uh-oh.
I was already almost there because I'm hallucinating.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Oh, there we go.
That's right, buddy.
Okay. So an angry Nils. All right. So so with the help of so with a little encouragement and help from Justina, you both get him down off the barrel, and you can take him. So you're going to take him to the seaside, away from the crowd.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I envision Nils as being kind of tall and thin, so I'm gonna kind of like throw a shoulder around him and walk him to the seaside.
Okay. Good. And Justina says, "Yeah, please take care of him. Don't let him do this again. It's very dangerous for him to speak like this on the island."
Don't worry, dear. He's in safe hands as long as he behaves himself.
And Oscar is Justina, please, you need to, as you're taking him away, he's calling specifically to her. You need to leave with me. You need to leave this island with me. You're not safe here. I fear for your life. I fear for your very soul. The devil is here. And Oscar is
they're there, Padre. They're there. And,
all right.
And on the walk to the water, I'm going to kind of be like, look, the point of this was we're going to help you, but you need to not conflate things and let us do our job. Kind of chastise him a little bit.
Okay. Yes, but I'm sorry, I didn't explain this before, but Justina, that waitress, she's a childhood friend of mine, and one of my other motivations to return here was to rescue her from this situation. She took employment with this horrible family at the inn, and I know it's not safe for her here.
That is a noble goal. And when it's time for us to leave, if you want us to help you bring her with us, we will help you. But for now, you need to let us do our job. And I need to come over here and you talk to me about crabs from the hell.
Right. Okay, so where are you guys going to go?
In the exact direction of where I saw the crabs crawl up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're right by the dock, so right by the edge here. So crawled over. Okay. And Justina calms down the sailors and asks, does anyone need more drinks? Let me pour the beer. And she gets everyone back into the main dining room bar of the inn. So how do I make her go away?
Just put her on the roof. Oh no, she's gone.
She's gone. So she heads back into the inn. All right. And so is there anything else you want to ask Oscar?
Well, once we get over there, I'm going to ask him if he's heard any stories about, crabs or anything to do with like evil sea creatures here. I'm not going to tell him what I saw, but kind of pump him for information while I'm looking over the edge at the water suspiciously.
Right. Yes. So, he says, yeah, the devil is in these waters. Even my mentor himself told me that he saw strange, fantastic things, creatures from the sea, acting very strange. So I know that proved to him that something is very wrong here. So anything you may see here, you can't trust. It's the devil in your eyes, the devil blinding you to the truth. Yeah. So there have been his mentor did report strange events with sea creatures.
So I'm gonna. Generally, my goal is to gain agreement from him that he's going to behave himself so that we can investigate. And once I get that agreement, I'll go back to the house.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. After you're assuring him that you will help him with Justina, help get Justina off the island, he says, if I'm in some way interfering with your investigation, I apologize. Please, if you will help me when we depart, if you will help me with Justina, that's more than satisfying. I can come. My church can come back here in force later to purify this land. I think it's more important to find out the fate of Karl Erik and what evil is truly infesting this place.
Excellent. I think we're in agreement. You'll find that Master Aksel and I are men of our word. We will assist you. Thank you for your cooperation.
Very good, very good.
You should probably lay low because the crowd is not very happy with you around here.
Right. Yes. I believe this evening I will return to the ship. I will sleep aboard the boat that brought us here. The captain has offered us all, if needed, room on the boat to sleep. So I'll spend the night. I'll spend the night on the ship.
That's encouraging because that house smells horrible. That's good to know. I'm going to go inform Master Aksel of this.
The stench of sin, the stench of the devil. Beware.
Right, or some bad mutton. Yes.
Very good. All right. Yeah. So, and that's exactly what Oscar does. He goes off and tries to get one of the small boats to taxi him over to the ship that's waiting for you guys. Your boat of transport with Hjort, who I'm calling Hjorth now because I forgot the other guy was Oscar Hjort from the last mystery. So Hjorth is the captain.
Hjorth. Oh, by the way, herring baron in Swedish is sillbaron.
That's a little better. Maybe that's the silver too. The silver of the sea. Yeah. Nice. All right, and so so you're heading back to the residence, and so now Aksel has come down, and Laura has served you your coffee or tea, whichever you prefer. And
coffee, definitely coffee.
Okay, and you're soon accompanied, and it's quite good. It's actually very good coffee. Expensive, so you can tell that perhaps Zacharias spent some decent money on his supplies. He has some good connections, and he soon joins you. Soon Zacharias sits with you and has coffee, and says, "I hope you have recovered from your trip. You feel a little rested."
Oh yes, your accommodations are quite nice. I appreciate them. It's a lovely home.
Thank you very much. The one thing that I should have pointed out just on your arrival to the island is this rot that you've seen in the mainland, the buildings that just never seem to look anything but old and decayed, you see none of that here. And this is newer construction, but it's a few decades old. But it's in amazing condition. The yellow painted warehouse is just pristine, and the inn itself was an older building, but it doesn't look its age. It's it's been kept well, and the residence itself is quite beautiful, and you don't see any of that strange rot and collapse that you've seen in other.
Has that been like everywhere, not just in the locations?
Yeah,
that we've
yeah,
visited?
right. You've noticed. Yeah, you notice that all through your travels, even in Uppsala and places, there are buildings that just have a strange kind of decayed condition. That and that's something that you haven't seen. Just a few structures on this island have none of that. I mean, the inn is the oldest building, and it shows its age, but it's in no way looking like it's falling down.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Well, kind of make small talk for a little while.
Sure. All right. Oh yeah, if you want to roll, let's see. Yeah, either if you want to pay attention to details in the house, I guess vigilance, or specifically your conversation with Zacharias, you can roll observation if you want to.
I think the conversation with him is what even though is more what I'd be focusing on right now. So I'll go with observation, even though I'm better at vigilance.
Right.
I don't think I care about the house right now. So let's check this out.
Okay.
And of course I failed.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'm pushing this one quite yet.
Okay.
I think I'm still remaining calm, no stress, everything's good. Spent a lot of time with the coffee cup right up under my nose. Coffee.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the coffee is aromatic and smells wonderful. It does cover some of the strange smell. Zacharias explains, so this evening for dinner, my mother and older brothers will be joining us. Again, I will apologize a little in advance. My mother is I can't describe it other than long in the tooth. Her ways are a little rough. She's a little coarse, so I apologize if she is offensive to someone of your culture and upbringing. But she means well. She has a good heart. But she's an acquired taste, as they say.
No, there's no worries. I have a few women like her in my own family that I've grown to love and care for. I understand.
Very, very good. And so he doesn't go into any heavy business discussion, but he's kind of suggesting and lightly probing about what your interest in the island is, what sort of business relationship or situation that you're interested in. So you're kind of, it's up to you to how much you want to share.
I'll kind of play coy and act like I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And then after we talk for a little bit, then I'll come out the gate with this operation is slapdash at best. Look, if you can, basically I'm trying to convince him if he can sign over rights to the fishing work here, I can triple their production in under a year. I've spent everything out that I can of I can, we can be processing way more fish. You have boats waiting out in the, not really a bay, but in the shallows here. If with the funds that I have access to, I can triple your workforce here and make your production amazing. You could be a quite wealthy man.
Well, I'm already doing quite well here, but I appreciate your opinion. Yes, our sudden success has created some logistical problems, as you can see by the lack of transportation and facilities we have. But so perhaps working together we can expand this business. I'm very curious to discuss this, and I believe after you experience the wonderful dinner this evening, you will be able to appreciate the true richness of this area.
Yes. Well, There is one concern of mine that maybe we should address now. It seems you've stirred up something with the church here. On my way in, I caught word that one of the fathers has been murdered or killed himself on this island. That's not good.
Yes, I've heard something about this. The sailors have talked previously. The church is a bit of a nuisance. They are definitely
Agreed.
interfere. Definitely are interfering with our success here, trying to lure away sailors, and of course, they are against alcohol. They are against gambling. Some of the things that these sailors love to do. I'm sure you noticed some of the casual card games that happen at our inn. But sorry. Let me just check something really, really quickly. I forget the. But as far as the disappearance of one of these men of the church, this I don't know any details about. Perhaps there may be people at the inn that know more about this.
Yes, well, as I believe the man of authority here, may I suggest that you make sure that it doesn't happen again. The church does not look kindly on its priests turning up dead or missing. And my family has a few connections. I believe I can get a father of a little bit more lenient attitude potentially stationed in this area. Maybe someone that we can work with the likes of, with a little bit of hair and oil, can be quite helpful.
Very good. That would be a considerable improvement to our situation. I am in your debt if you could make that happen. Yes, the church is I know they have considerable funding and could create quite a problem for our future growth. So that sounds wonderful.
And then I think I want to, because I don't know how much, what's a lot or little. I think I'm just gonna basically grill him on stats as much as he's willing to give me, of like, how many fish are you processing a day? How much oil are you shipping out? Where, just like trying to hammer him with like business stuff that I don't know a lot about, but act like no matter what number he says is about 20% too low for what he should be doing, type of thing.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you approach him like that, but the numbers that he's giving you are staggering. From just that tiny, I mean, it's a significant building, but just that one wooden warehouse, being able to move the amount of barrels of oil and cases of herring in all its forms, it seems pretty staggering. And so you can understand why there are so many ships waiting, because there seems to be an almost endless supply. All right.
But I think otherwise, yeah. Besides that, right now I'm just trying to impress him. I was trying to impress upon him that he shouldn't kill another priest, and and that I believe I can triple. I keep using triple. I can triple your production, triple your income. Triple's a big number. 3.
Nice. If you want to, if you want to roll observation again, and this part of the conversation, we'll see.
Sure, and I think I want to come at him with some other questions too here.
Oh, sure.
To try to get, but I'll do observation on this. But I also would like to know, and I'll roll observation right now. See, I got a 0 again. Man, I'm doing bad. I'm still not pushing it because I'm
angry.
Now I'm in my cocky trying to bulldog him phase as opposed to trying to learn stuff. First I'm trying to cow him, then I expect him to moo. I'm gonna...
I don't think that's what that means.
Is that not what that means? Oh, I completely misunderstood.
Go ahead, sorry.
I want to switch gears into asking him, like, he seems well refined. No offense for someone born of this island. Where was it that he was educated at? Like, start being snooty about the school he maybe went to. to see if he.
Oh, right. Yes. So, of course, I was educated on the mainland. My family scraped together everything they could, and I, of course, I'm the only university attendee in my. I'm the first to attend university in my family. Yes. So, and he kind of mumbles Stockholm. He doesn't have, so you aren't familiar with any of the schools that he's mentioning. But he said I've always had a keen interest in business. So of course the business school in Stockholm was. Of course, most attractive to me, and I've put that knowledge to good use, as you can see by the success of the family's business.
Yes, you've done quite well for what you have. I am impressed. Again, we can do a lot more. Just say the word, sign a few contracts, and I can have people here in just about a week.
Wow, that's remarkable. Yes. So let's discuss more after dinner. Of course, I wish to take a moment, and I will be back with you shortly. So he says, "Yeah, please enjoy your coffee, and and Laura is at your service if you need anything else." And so he excuses himself. From the coffee. Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
How long have you been employed with Mr. Olafrsson?
I've worked with the Amundsens since they built this residence. I've been their housemaid.
What is that? A few years?
No, almost my whole working life. So more than 20 years at this point.
Oh. I'd like to know the type of people that I'm getting into bed with, so to speak. Would you say that he's an honest man?
Well,
kind of give her the looks, the side eye as I'm.
Yes. Yes. He's always been honest with me. I'm of course not involved in any of the business dealing, so I couldn't speak about how he deals with others. But I've always been paid very well, and all of my concerns, and I even when my mother was ill, I was given additional salary to help care for her. So I'm quite happy here. This is, of course, as you can see and smell, this is an unusual family. So it took some getting used to. When I was first here, it was a bit of a shock. But yes, basically, I rarely return to the mainland, but I've been in residence here as their maid for 2 decades now.
And I'm just going to keep trying to switch gears on her.
Mm-hmm.
How long has Paul been missing?
Paul, yes, I'm not quite sure. I believe I was told he was fishing. He'd taken off on his own. Of course, there is a bit of competition between the brothers, so maybe that explains his absence. But yes, Paul is away fishing, as far as I know.
I just want to make sure there's no family drama going on that I'm stepping into the middle of. They get along okay?
There's always been tension in the family. Yes, as Zacharias grew up, once he was big enough in size to kind of confront his father and the kind of iron hand he ran the family with, there was a bit of tension, and of course then the unfortunate accident that happened to to Benjamin, the father. But yes, there's a bit of tension in the family, but I don't think it's anything unusual, anything a regular family wouldn't have.
Okay, well, I won't require anything else. Feel free to go about your duties. I'll see myself back up to my room.
Thank you very much. And she starts to clear the small table.
Keep huffing on that coffee.
Yeah. All right.
After a while, I might go outside for some fresh air.
Nice. All right. Yeah. So you're left alone for a bit in the room, and Nils is making his way.
This isn't like a study or anything, is it? Right? It's just like a sitting room.
Yeah, it's just like a sitting room, like kind of the one of the first rooms. Yeah, kind of inside. So the residence isn't huge. It's just has one kind of receiving room and then a dining room and kitchen off of that. So yeah, it's not huge, but yeah, you're just kind of in the.
No books or anything in here, just a.
So yeah, when Nils comes back in, he walks in front of an oil painting. So you see, and it's kind of you didn't quite notice it. The room itself is well decorated. There are bookshelves that you could take a look at. But the one thing that you didn't notice when Zacharias was in the room, but now with Nils' return, you kind of crossed in front of it. There's an oil painting of a mermaid. I mean, something you just like plainly recognize as a depiction of a mermaid, a woman, half fish, half human, with long flowing hair, and and this one appears to be wearing a crown. Let's see here. I guess this is, yeah. Can I? Yes, I can show you this. Yeah, so you see an oil painting with a depiction of a mermaid.
Oh, okay. Very fishy.
That's one you'd have to be pretty far away from to get tricked by.
Just you have to get the right angle.
Yes, so that stands out to you, and so yeah, so Nils has returned.
Nils comes in doing his best Yosemite Sam, like, "God, Padre, crabs, oh, this house smells." And he rolls down his sleeves and starts buttoning up his collars again, or his cuffs, and he's, "Oh, Laura, dear."
Yeah, and she's she hearing your return. Yeah, she's quickly coming into the room with a tray of coffee for you.
That's very kind of you, sir, ma'am. But could you possibly get me some schnapps? And I'll hold out my hand, maybe about 3 fingers.
Very, very well. Yes, just a moment. And so she, will you be needing the coffee?
Oh, sure. Leave the coffee. Thank you very much.
All right. So she leaves the coffee and returns. Returns to the kitchen.
Aksel's still in the room?
Yeah. You guys. Yeah. You're both in this kind of like, the receiving area, this parlor in the front of the house.
It went well with the father?
I have gained his agreement to behave himself. I did, however, offer to help him escort. Was her name Katerina?
Justina.
Justina, sorry. Yeah. To escort Justina off the island when we depart.
They family or just friends?
Apparently they're friends. So, fond of each other, I would guess. But I made it very clear to him that the ruckuses he was causing was going to interfere with our ability to investigate and assist him in his original goal. And I think he's agreed.
And I try to set a bug in Zachariah's ear that another priest's death would cause more problems than it would be worth. Hopefully, with our 2 actions together, he'll make it through the night.
Oh, also, you should know he's going to be sleeping on the ship. And I'm just floating this out there, sir. They would allow us to sleep on the ship as well.
I don't think that would make the best impression.
It would smell much better.
Well, that's why I've been sipping this coffee the entire time since you've entered the room.
Of course.
What do you make of this painting here?
Ugh.
Any crabs in the picture?
No, yeah, it's just the rock with the rock with the mermaid, and just kind of the background of like a dramatic sky and sea with the mermaid on a rock.
And that is a rock, not a creature with its eyes closed, like my brain keeps telling me.
Like as far as top of an octopus's head, yeah.
As far as you can tell, yeah.
Okay. Is there a signature on it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask next.
Oh, yes. Let's see. Yeah. So, there is a signature, and so you actually recognize the artist's name. So it's a well established Swedish artist, and it appears to be a commission. So, it was something that Zacharias paid for to have done. Would be your assumption, because you know that this artist, this isn't the usual subject matter. They're more of a portrait painter, and this is of course looks very fantastic. So this appears to.
Is there like a name, or can we just make it up?
Yeah. What? Yeah, give me the name. What is the name? What is the signature?
So Nils is going to kind of rub his hand against. Is it an oil painting? I'm assuming.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
He kind of rub his hand against the signature and look over at Aksel. I believe this is an original Inglesby, sir.
Oh. I wouldn't have thought. This isn't how he normally paints. What?
And this is where I ask, do either of us know if this guy paints like weird or supernatural things typically? Or?
Yeah, no, not at all. And so it must have been at a tremendous expense to, and you've never seen this painting or any like it exhibited by this artist. So this is the very, very rare, and probably very expensive to have gotten this done.
Painter's still alive, we think?
Yes, yeah, he's still
perhaps
living.
Perhaps as you are posturing and presenting yourself as this wealthy investor, you could add to that impact by offering to buy this painting and see what his reaction is.
It's a good boy. I like the way you're thinking.
Oh, Laura, dear, how's that schnapps coming along?
Coming right away. She brings the bottle and 2 glasses in case Aksel.
So I totally believe that we can triple the production within 6 months if you will just sign the documents. I say as she walks in the room.
Oh, nice.
Yes, of course, sir. Glug glug glug, swish. Glug glug glug, swish.
I believe it's a win-win for everyone. So it'd be a fool not to.
I'm attempting to drink enough schnapps to get that cure condition thing going on.
Okay, sure, yes. Interacting with the alcohol, yes. So your anger subsides as you continue to imbibe the schnapps, and of course,
drinking alcohol when you're angry always makes you more calm.
Right. The secret, sir, is it's peppermint. Just hold it to your nose.
Yes, and Laura is a little concerned as she sees you guzzling it, and you notice right away it's quite an expensive bottle of alcohol. So just like the coffee, it does appear that they spend some money on the foodstuffs.
I'll pour one for Aksel, whether he wants one or not.
Okay.
I'll pour one more for me. Mm-hmm. Add a little to the coffee she left me, and then give her the bottle back.
Okay. Very good, sir. And she returns to the kitchen. Will there be anything else she's saying as she's?
No, that should be all, dear.
Oh, very good. So I will.
That raises an eyebrow. Here we go again.
I'll let you know when dinner is served. It may be some time. The Amundsens, the godmother and brothers should be back. In a few hours.
Then maybe we'll go for a walk.
Oh, very good. I'll let Zacharias know. The master of the house. What did she call him? I'll let Mr. Amundsen know.
Well,
You look flushed, Nils. It seems like every time I talk to a young lady, or not that young because she's been working here for 20 years,
Right.
a lady, are you jealous? Just giving you jabs.
No. Oh no, the anger condition's back. I'll just down the extra glass I'd poured for myself. And no, sir, of course not. I'm just concerned. I would hate it for any of these young ladies to take advantage of you.
Always my protector. I'll take my scarf out and dip my little pocket scarf at square out and dip it directly in the schnapps. And then tuck it back into my lapel.
Okay.
Kind of poofing up right there.
So you said something about a walk, sir?
Well, I want to see this place where you saw those crabs. And maybe take a look at the warehouse and see what else is on this island.
Excellent. I would prefer to discuss it outside of this house anyway.
All right.
So lead on.
Is it pretty cold out?
Oh, no, you actually midsummer, so it's nice. Yeah, the weather is mild. It's just the stench. Yeah. So immediately the smell changes. The kind of strange, musty sea smell of the inside is now replaced by the stench of the saltery. As soon as you step outside, you re-encounter that.
Like circles of hell. Okay, yeah.
So where would you like to? So the island itself, so it's quite a rocky kind of granite island, and as you can see, kind of away from the this dock, it's kind of rough and elevated with just some scrubby trees. So there's not much on the island except for these three buildings, and it looks a little rough going up the slopes behind the inn.
So, something I didn't mention before. As you know, I spent some time studying maps of the area as we're heading over that way. There's an island just off the shore here, a small one, that is on no map that I've read or looked at.
As in, you can point at it, but it's not on a map kind of thing? Is that what you're saying?
As in, it's over there, and I'll point west. But I saw it when we came in, but no map has it drawn.
Small rocky island with a mermaid on top of it?
Well, if this is the type of thing that we would investigate, that would be my assumption. But we may be jumping far too quickly into things. As you know, I like to make sure I have all the facts before I make any assumptions.
Sir, I think in this case we should pursue our hunches, because those crabs looked very real to me, and it sort of brought back my memory of that horrible experience of the revenant leaping through my body, and I am now fairly convinced that one of two things is happening. This is a supernatural case, and Vaesen are in play, or I'm losing my mind.
I'll stop for a moment and look them dead in the eyes, and it seems you're all there to me, at least for now.
Now about these million crabs.
Yes, so they came out of the ocean here.
They came out of the ocean and they seem to be operating in concert, all making this clicking in unison. And they got apparently very, very fast, right, Jeremy? Because they went up the walls of the building before I even had time to realize what was going on.
Yeah, it was a very unusual speed and very strange sound. Like all of them were making this incessant clicking sound with their claws.
Was it musical or just rhythmic?
I don't know. Was it musical or just rhythmic?
Yeah, it was just rhythmic. Yeah, just kind of repetitive. Kind of but kind of a sound that if exposed to it too long would kind of drive you insane. Yeah, just kind of an irritating repetitive sound.
Sort of nothing. Yeah, repetitive droning, sir. I think would be a good description.
Well, I feel like I don't know what's going on with this family here. Obviously, he gave me a bogus, like, everything he's telling me is bogus. He said he went to school in Stockholm, blah, 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 blah. I've never heard of blah, 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 blah in my life.
Have I heard of blah, 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 blah?
No, yeah, it definitely sounds like kind of a made up.
Believe it or not, blah 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 sounds made up.
Something. Fishery and business school. Yeah, business school of Stockholm.
How stable do you feel right now? Do you feel these visions coming on again?
Oh no, not at all, sir. The shops has leveled my head, and I'm ready to pursue our investigation.
I'm wondering if one of the brothers, as you know, is supposed to be gone off fishing for some time now. No one seems to know for sure. They just know that he's off fishing. I feel like maybe... Man, I don't have any wealth left, do I? Man.
And I spent all my money and the money you gave me.
We're so bad at this.
We might have to... Perhaps some robbery is in order.
I feel like maybe tonight you can convince that captain to maybe take you to that island? Take a look?
Oh, I could probably use a dinghy.
Like when we first came in, you said there was an island to the west. How far off was that island? Is it rowable distance?
It was quite. It's quite a ways. It looks like if you rowed, it would take maybe more than an hour to get out there. It would be a ways, but yeah, you could.
What is Aksel's standing with this captain? Are we just some guys who hired passage, or like, is there an awareness that he's...
I think the priest is the one who paid for everything.
The priest hired the boat, but the captain is willing to do whatever. So he's going to be well paid by the church. You basically have free, and there's also you could probably offer very little, just pennies to some of these sailors to do favors for you, but the captain of the ship, Hjorth, is very willing to do anything that you need on this journey because he's already been well compensated.
I feel like maybe you could take the good father with you. I know how much you love him. Keep him out of trouble here and see what's going on at that island.
I could. Aren't we supposed to sort of not be to know him very well? Or?
Well, that's why you're going at night when no one else is around.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I see exactly what you're saying. That's a good point. I'm just worried that the good father may not make it through the night.
Yeah, I absolutely. I can do that, sir, if you wish, and I'll kind of feel around for the reassuring bulge of the revolver in my pocket. And
yes. Good.
Get out my storm lantern. And what will you be doing this evening, sir? Early night.
Absolutely. That and attempting to acquire this entire industry here, but we'll see how well that works. In fact, I probably should get back and start writing up a contract now that I'm thinking about
I
it.
wish I had been there when the dinner discussion was coming up because that felt menacing to me. But
Oh yeah, the whole like you'll feel better. You'll completely be on board after you eat what we serve you. Basically, yes. That did seem a little disconcerting.
Yeah. So anything you want to do
I don't know
before
if there's
dinner?
anything-
Okay.
I think that
perhaps
now that
we
you brought
could
that back up to
question
my
some-
memory, I think I will bring up that I am a little concerned about the dinner tonight because he didn't want to discuss anything without the rest of his family, though he seems to be the one in charge. And with how odd everything is here, and I'm assuming that they're connected to this in some way. I could use someone in the kitchen during dinner prep to make sure that nothing odd is going on.
Yes.
So
That's a good point.
go to dinner and go to the islands.
The island I figured was more of a in the middle of the night situation.
Oh yes, sleep is overrated, sir.
Don't worry, I'll get plenty of sleep. Wow.
Well, why don't we, while we're out and about before dinner, speak to some of these sailors and see if we can get the good gossip. Sailors are good at gossiping.
That does sound good.
Well, you've been walking around. You have been. So you see the. Speaking of sailors, you see the. Can I? Oh, there we go. You see the man, the older gray-haired sailor that noticed you when you first entered the inn. So this fellow, he's quite intoxicated, and as he sees you walking around, he approaches you. He kind of stumbles in your direction.
So this will be good.
And basically, he's just kind of mumbling, and you can smell the alcohol in his breath, and he looked at you the whole time that you were in the dining room, and as soon as he noticed you as he was leaving the inn, he stumbles in your direction, and he keeps mumbling things to you, and the clearest thing that you hear him say is, "The new moon. Tomorrow's the new moon." And he keeps repeating, "The new moon," and he looks kind of blearily at you, and as pointing his fingers, kind of his hand keeps like drifting between both Aksel and Nils, and says, "Beware the new moon," and keeps and stumbles his way off towards the dock.
That wasn't ominous at all.
Eccentric.
Then maybe, in hindsight, you shouldn't go at night. It will be quite dark.
With the new moon, I hear.
With the new moon.
So yeah, you know, not tonight, but tomorrow night will be the new moon. Just for, like, yeah, Aksel does a quick calculation in his head and says, "Well, okay, that would be tomorrow night."
So you have
just a waning moon?
Yeah, a waning.
Yes.
1/17th moon.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Fabulous.
Get that lantern up. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get the attention of random sailors passing by if we get an opportunity.
I'll stand back a little bit, being aloof. I feel like is the best play. I don't really know if they'd want to talk to rich dandy me.
And one of the sailors that you approach, he kind of laughs and points with his thumb towards towards Ovar. Towards the man that approached you, to the old sailor that approached you, stumbling down the dock towards his dinghy, and says, "Old Orvar's taken quite a liking to you two."
Oh there, strapping young lad.
Yes.
Who is that old smelly fella?
Well, Orvar has been here longer than any of us. He's survived the famine times, the starvations, the seas with no fish, and has stayed a fisherman all these years. He's lived in the archipelago. I believe Graveyard Isle is where his cabin is. But yeah, he's been here longer than any of us. So if he's not too intoxicated, he's got some wisdom to impart. But otherwise, he just seems to kind of babble nonsense at us.
Yeah, he was going on about the new moon. He's sort of a spiritual, old religion type fellow. What's that about?
Yeah, there's a superstition around the new moon on these islands. People tend to, and he looks around a little bit, disappear around that time. There's been several accidents. And people that I was drinking with the night before that just weren't around after the new moon.
Hey, you ever have problems with crabs? And I don't mean crabs. I mean the ones that come out of the ocean.
Well, I always
you
look
are
for
a sailor after all.
Yeah, I have trouble selling them sometimes, but nothing remarkable about them little things.
So you sailors, you like to talk. You see strange things on the water. You ever seen one of those? Oh, what are they called? Mermaid.
Yeah, that's a pretty common. So they say, the superstition says that, of course, the mermaids are good luck, and the abundancy here must be the blessing of the sea mother. So yeah, I've never seen a mermaid, but everybody knows that they are good luck. So anyone seeing them has anyone that's reported to have seen a mermaid has had quite an amazing haul. But myself, I've got no such luck.
Did you work here before the big herring boom?
No, I came because of the boom. Yeah, I followed the money and came to this reeking island to make my fortune, feed my family. But yeah, we stayed away during the lean times, the starvation, where everyone resorted to reckon. We not involved.
Is this wrecking like in Warhammer wrecking, like basically carjacking riverboats kind of wrecking, or is this something else? It's scavenging from anything valuable from sunken ships, and even causing ships ships to wreck. It is that kind of wrecking. Okay.
Yeah. And so, and if you bring that up, the sailor indicates, the rumors are that that house that they built, the Amundsens built on this island, is all from their wrecking business. When the fish went away, that's what they turned to.
Have you ever been to Orvar's island?
Yeah, I've been by it. It's where they found the body. It's where they found the body of that vicar that was shot. That shot himself in the head. From what I heard.
Every time he gives me a piece of good information, I'm like shooting a look at Aksel. I hope he's processing all this. Okay. Excellent. How far, if one were hypothetically to take a rowboat, how long would it take to get to Orvar's island?
Probably about an hour. I've never rowed it, but I would imagine Orvar somehow makes it back and forth. So it can't be that far, because he's usually pretty far gone when he makes the trip. We were getting early evening. Yeah, you were getting towards it's coming. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate a good yarn from a sailor, and I reach in for my much smaller amount of monies. And,
Yes.
here, why don't you buy a snort of rot gut for yourself? Thank you for the charming conversation.
Much appreciated. Very good. I hope you have good luck with the Amundsons. I've heard they're not an easy family to work with.
I'm sensing that myself. And I'll turn to Aksel and kind of look at him like, did you get all that?
Yeah. So he would have been there when you guys arrived and when the godmother sent you off to the residence. So he kind of, you stood out pretty much. So he kind of knew something special about you guys on the island and Orvar's attraction.
So we have the unmapped island, sir, but we also have Orvar's island where the crime occurred, and according to this sailor, in a more sober mode, Orvar might be useful.
Yeah, I was listening. I heard everything.
However, dinner is soon. What would you like to do?
Well, Nils, it's hard to say. There seems like there's a lot to determine in a very short period of time.
He's going to tell us to split up. God damn.
I think we should split up.
Dun dun dun.
I feel I can handle myself with this family. They appear to have at least a facade they're trying to keep up. I think I can exploit that and keep myself safe.
And you're confident they haven't seen through our ruse and are planning some nefarious action this evening?
What ruse is that? I plan on buying this place. Burning it to the ground to get rid of the smell. Starting over again. No. Maybe, but don't worry, I'll make sure I take my pistol with me to dinner, and I feel like this is our only real option. Otherwise, if we don't figure stuff out quickly, I think things are going to spin out of control very fast. As soon as they realize that we don't have the money, or that we're not potentially buying this place, I don't think we're going to be welcome here anymore.
And we had a... I'm sorry. No, I was just going to ask Jeremy, we had a room in their house, right? Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got a room upstairs. Yeah, the guest room is yours.
Well then, sir, I propose that we return together and I prepare your dinnerware, at which time I will retrieve my hurricane lamp, dress in my sneaky git clothes, and maybe duck out a window or something.
Can you guys both roll vigilance as you return to the house? Yeah.
I suck at vigilance.
I'm assuming that I cannot use my binoculars for this, so I will just roll normally.
Yeah, just roll normally. Yes.
That's a miss.
I got a success.
Oh, all right. So, you, you apart from the sailors kind of coming and going with the inn, you don't see anything unusual on your return to the residence.
That one seemed like a good one. If we run into problems, he may be someone we can run back to and throw a few coin at to get off this place.
Oh yeah. Should we give him a name? Who was that? What did he say his name was?
Bjarn.
Bjarn?
Bjarn. Bjarn. If that's not too similar to somebody else.
No, that's good. Yeah. You've got him as a connection. Yeah, and he seems to be hanging around the inn pretty long term. All right. Okay, so should we move on to dinner? So are you both going to attend dinner? And did Mats want to? Okay.
No, I'm going to prepare him for dinner. Like get out his dinnerware and iron it and everything.
Okay.
But then I specifically bought at the beginning of this.
Yes.
Sneaky git clothes.
Yes.
Which I will gear up in.
Okay.
Bring like a bag or satchel or something with my hurricane lamp, and try to just duck out a window or a servant's entrance or something and leave.
Okay. Sure. Why don't let's do that.
How's your stealth?
That's actually not bad. It's way better than my vigilance.
Nice.
Oh, I should get some medicine because my precision is pretty high. I'd be an all-around butler then.
Nice. Okay, so let's. So you don't want to inspect the kitchen. You're cool with what's being prepared.
Depends on time frame.
Yeah, you have time. Yeah, if you got you can get Aksel ready, and if you want to ask Laura
then
if she needs any help.
After dressing him, but before dressing myself, I will go down and let Laura know that I just need to make sure that everything's up to my master's standards. He does have some allergies.
No, okay. Yes. Well, I hope he's not allergic to herring. And as you can see, what she's preparing is every dish is some different concoction or combination of herring and something. Yeah. So they're showing off. So it seems that the ominous reference was just they're going to show off, what they sell and how many amazing ways you can prepare herring.
Well, very creative. The herring buns I find particularly interesting.
Thank you. That's actually a little invention of my own. I appreciate you noticing.
You're very creative. I'd love to see what you could do with other foodstuffs. And I'm gonna, take a little spoon sips of the liquid things, put my finger in the pies and taste it, and see if I drop dead or hallucinate or anything.
No, so yeah, surprisingly good. Yeah, it's amazing. Herring can do what she's done with it. But yes, everything is completely normal.
As a person who cooks as part of his occupation, do I find it unnervingly good, oddly good, or
no? It's competent. Yeah, it's obviously okay. There's very expensive and fine ingredients accompanying the herring. So yeah, there's a lot of assistance going on.
My taste buds aren't hallucinating or anything.
Right? Yeah, it doesn't make you make you suspicious that this maid could cook this well.
Okay, well then I'll compliment
it. Tastes like crabs. Ah.
Oh, if only there was crab in it. You've done an excellent job. You're a worthy asset for your master, young girl. I won't disturb your work anymore, and I'll excuse myself and kind of walk out, and wherever Aksel is, give him a little okay sign.
Nice. Yeah, she's very flattered you called her young girl because she's almost 40. So she's
I'm in my 60s, so That's right. Everyone's a girl.
Very good.
Except for the evil lady at the inn.
Yeah, right. That's all right. Okay, yeah. So kitchen seems all clear. No, nothing of concern.
I'll let Aksel. I'll subtly let Aksel know that all is clear, and then I'll go do the rest of my shenanigans.
Okay.
Good man. You can spend the rest of the night up in the room doing what you wish.
Thank you very much, sir. Very considerate. Have a good evening. I think you're going to enjoy the herring flambe.
Oh, you spoiled the surprise, but yes, I think I will. Thank you.
All right, so let's wait a little bit to roll your stealth.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, it might be more fun if if you're discovered when people are sitting at a table.
I fall in front of the window. Ah! My ski mask.
All right. Yes.
That would be awesome. I'd almost want that to happen, but no. Okay.
All right. So yeah. So Laura calls you down for dinner, and already seated. So Aksel is asked to come to dinner, and you explain that Nils won't be joining us, but she leads you downstairs, and already seated at the dining table are Pete and Pace. Pace. Yeah, the two older brothers are sitting there, as well as the godmother. So at the head of the table, godmother Bella is sitting, and Pete and Pace are already there, kind of impatiently waiting. They haven't changed for dinner, so they're still wearing the work clothes. The godmother has taken off the rancid-looking apron that she wore, but they're still just wearing the work clothes that you saw them in at the inn, kind of rough, rough kind of gray and brown work clothes.
I will pretty much ignore Pete and Pace, but I'll give Bella, the godmother, full honors, kind of, the slight nod, bow, if she lets me take her hand and give her, a kiss on the, I'm just totally doing, giving her the most fanciest treatment that I can think of.
Check for webbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. That's, why don't you roll manipulation for that, just to see how that goes.
Sure, we can do that. That is not going to be a problem at all.
Well, she, from your words and your attempt to kiss her hand and things, she, just all you hear from her is just, you're just getting these little grunts of acknowledgement. She still has that very dour look on her face. And both of the sons are just glaring at you from across the table. They don't seem to. And you also the weird thing you notice is sometimes they have these strange kind of vacant smiles on their face, and they're missing a lot of teeth. Their oral hygiene is pretty brutal. So they're not. They look like they're not taking great care of themselves.
And you said they're older, right? Aren't they in their 50s?
Yeah, they're in their 50s. Yeah, they're much older. It looks to be about 20 years older than Zacharias, their younger brother.
Well, I'll pay them no mind. I'll keep making obvious vain attempts to appease the godmother, just trying to play into the whole I'm a rich guy trying to impress you, but I'm kind of cocky thing. Apparently, I already did not impress her, so now I have to lean into the fact that I didn't impress her.
Right. Sounds good. All right. So Laura seats you at I guess you would be sitting. So the godmother is at one head of the table. She's putting you across the table from the two brothers. So you're just kind of getting glowered at across the table. And then Zacharias soon appears and takes the other head of the table and says, "So good evening, Master Aksel. I hope that you will enjoy the dinner that's been prepared. Laura is quite amazing, and you will be able to sample all of the things that we offer from our warehouses. The abundance of the sea that we have been able to obtain. So please enjoy yourself." And so courses are brought out, and the meal continues. You're not getting much of a change, and of course the table manners of the mother and the brothers are not are less than desirable. But Zacharias appears to he appears much more cultured, and he's using the correct spoons for everything, and he's very patient with as the meal comes out, whereas the his older brothers seem to be pretty greedily grabbing at dishes and plates and things.
Okay. Well, I'll try to smile and play along until we get pretty far into the dinner, and then kind of this is an amazing feast. Truly, you guys have the bounty of the sea here. And as I brought to you earlier, I believe we can make some real profit with this. And I'll start going into my pitch again of how I can triple profits. And I can work up some contracts if he wants that he can go over in the morning of some agreement. I would just maybe 55% ownership of his industry, and I can get him. Again, I'm using triple. I'm just using 3 again and again and again. I can triple your funds. I can, get triple the workforce here in weeks.
Yes, this is all very interesting. I would love to take a look at this contract. I believe we can work something out, and every kind of agreeable thing that Zechariah says, all you hear is that same from the godmother. She doesn't. She doesn't seem to be excited or interested at all. She's just kind of very dismissive, of everything.
Okay, so as we get closer to the end of the dinner, I think I'm going to kind of look at her and look back to him, and then kind of accusingly, be like, "You are the one who is making the decisions about this, aren't you, Zechariah?" Kind of looking back to her, as if.
And she just seems to be a little bit offended and just says, mind your business, landlubber. She's got that beautiful voice. I'm sorry, my mother, of course, I do make I have the final say. I make the business decisions because I do, of course, have the education. So my education has allowed me to guide the family to this success. My mother, of course, did all the early hard work of raising us boys. And then, but I will be the one signing the contracts.
Excellent. Well, I feel like we have a general understanding here. Is there any questions you have for me? I know that I've thrown a lot at you, and I always want the people I'm working with to feel comfortable with the people they're working with. I don't want you to feel as if I'm pressuring you into anything, or that it's something that maybe you don't fully have a grasp of, or that you need to discuss with someone else.
Yes. Well, I'm curious how you made your money, Master Aksel.
Well, I've made my money through investments. I guess if you want to go back far enough, it's family money. You see, I come from a family with some say and power on the mainland, and I've managed to take the stipends that they've given me and turn them into great profits.
Very, very commendable. That's impressive. Yes, my family, of course, started with very little as well. So, I admire what you've done, and I hope that we will work well together.
Yes, I could say that I feel like you and me are very similar. We're alike, you and I.
So. Yes, and where were you educated, Master Aksel?
Oh, I've traveled all over Sweden and spent time in many universities. In fact, I just recently did a dissertation in Uppsala before the professors of
That's
economy, blah, 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 yakety schmackety.
Yes.
It wasn't just a dinner party.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Yes, I've heard good things about the University of Uppsala.
Yes, it's a little pedestrian, but there's good people there, and they seem to be able to grasp the ideas I was explaining to them. Oh, what's this? And I grab something and eat it up.
All right.
Head spinning, trying to think of the right questions to ask that won't get me killed, but will give me the information I want.
Good. And you do notice that Zacharias applied a tremendous amount of perfume, for the evening. So before he even arrived, his fragrance arrived at the dinner. So he reapplied that scent.
What if that smell is from making mermaid nookie?
The perfume or the fish smell? That's the question.
Well, the fish smell, but
But after our coffee today, I couldn't help but notice the amazing painting that you have on your wall in your sitting room.
Ah, yes, the mother of the sea. That's an original Inglesby.
Yes. We've had him paint every member of our family. He's amazing. He normally does portraits. I've never seen him do something so fantastical and absurd before.
Yes, this was a special commission, and it cost me quite dearly. So, and of course, the reason for this is I believe that the sea mother represents good luck, and as a superstition that these islands have always held, it is by her grace that we are able to take from the sea. So our good fortune and the abundance that we have discovered here, I believe, is all due to her. So I wanted to commemorate this in some way. It's kind of my own good luck item for the house and the family.
How amusing. Yes. Mother of the sea. Yes. The sea mother, you said.
Yes.
And I kind of look at the godmother and just, do you all believe this fairy tale? Possibly.
And now Axel's
hippity
dead.
hoppy.
And the godmother looks at you and kind of twists her face up even more than it already was and says, "You watch yourself, nosy one. The new moon's coming."
Yes, superstition about the new moon. Okay. Well, it appears I've maybe upset some members of the table. I apologize. I meant nothing that will especially disrupt our deal that we're making. I meant it only in jest.
Let's do so. Why don't you roll vigilance at this point?
Okay.
In the meal. And I guess I don't have to do anything secret now.
I'll use my binoculars. That makes sense, right now. I'll just.
Yeah, it's just in the room. Wow.
It's just in a room. Wow. I guess I didn't need those binoculars after all. 3 successes. Oh man, you're rolling lots of dice too.
Oh, yes, but only the one. Okay, so there is nothing you feel a little strange pause. The Zacharias kind of looks a little distracted for a moment, and then just nothing, and then he kind of snaps back to the dinner and to the princess. So I trust that you've enjoyed the meal. Are you ready for dessert?
Yes, absolutely. It's not. I appreciate it. Is it also herring?
No, don't be ridiculous. It's a very delicious French pastry that we've brought here from the mainland. I believe you will enjoy it very much. I've spared no expense.
Oh, spared. Nom 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 nom.
All right. Yeah. So Laura brings out some plates of an amazingly light and delicious pastry for dessert. And and while you're having dessert, Zechariah asks you, so before before we sign anything, before of course we finalize any agreement, would you like to have a look at the facility? I could have my brothers give you a tour of our warehouse and saltery if you'd like to see how things are made.
And I think of the pistol in my pocket under my jacket. Yes, I would love a tour. I imagine that once we agree this all, I'll be bringing in a lot of new facilities that will potentially make your current operation obsolete, but it'd be good to see what you're doing right now and what we can build off.
Very good. So yes, I will arrange for that. Perhaps tomorrow morning would be more appropriate. It's quite dark, and the warehouse itself is not very well lit. So you'll get a better idea in the daylight. So in the morning, I will have Pete and Pace show you around.
Excellent. You've all been wonderfully entertaining tonight.
Very good. So I'm very happy that you enjoyed the meal, and look forward to seeing the contract that you prepare. So
thank you, and I'll wait till it's proper and excuse myself, and then go upstairs and start manically writing out a contract.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So everything finishes up without any unusual events. Yeah, nothing. There was nothing unusual at all. Just the inhospitable kind of atmosphere of his family members. But other than that, things went as normal as you could expect, kind of in this situation. Oh yeah, why don't you? Before you retire, why don't you roll observation as well? Kind of your overall
feeling of how people,
how
much they all love me and want
yes.
to hang out with me.
Right. Oh, there you go. All right.
I got a success.
Zacharias has seemed quite agreeable throughout the whole evening, but you get a sense that this is just a kind of a false front, and he doesn't have any intention of following through with any of this. You just see him kind of in a very superficial way, going along with things that you say, and he doesn't seem to have any intention of partnering the business.
He intends to feed you to something on the new moon.
It's going to be great. Everything's going to be fine. Maybe I won't quite as panic about the contract now, but it's just going to be a little bit less favorable for him now. A little bit more 60-40, a little bit less 50-50.
Nice. All right. So before the meal concludes, it's looking pretty nice and dark out there. So Nils makes his stealth attempt.
Oh, shit.
To get out of the house.
All right. Let's see here. Stealthy. Oh. I didn't put any notes on my sneaky get clothes, but does it give me a dare die bonus or anything?
Yeah, I would think they would. What was the did disguises or anything have a number? I just want to be kind of in the ballpark.
Look at the items here.
So disguises +2. Yeah, so go ahead and do +2 on stealth for your.
Cool.
Yeah, that works.
Don't screw it up.
Oh no!
I screwed it up.
Are you pushing?
Yeah, are you pushing? I'm gonna get angry again.
Okay, all right.
Or does it have to be a physical one? It probably has to be.
It's stealth, so it has to be a
Yeah, it's your precision. Yeah.
I'm battered. I bumped my head on something.
Okay.
Oh,
1.
Okay, that works. Yeah, that works. Yeah, there's the opposed roll. So nobody notices. So you're able to successfully get out unnoticed. But you did batter yourself. Yeah, you did kind of take a bit of a fall, but it was into a relatively soft bush.
Fell into a thorny bush or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but nobody heard. Maybe Laura Laura suspected that one of the sailors fell drunk into the hedge.
So I think now I'm going to go over to the inn and try to find Bjarn.
Oh, okay. All right, and he's in the midst of a card game and at a table of sailors.
Roll up my mask so it looks like a cap.
There you go.
Bjarn, over here. Bjarn.
You're the businessman from earlier. Yeah, what?
No, just the butler.
Oh, the butler. Right. So what can I do for you?
How would you like to help me in a certain endeavor and receive payment in alcohol?
I could always
playing on sailor cliches in my head here.
Yeah, I could always go for a free drink. What are you needing?
I'm gonna go out to my boat, get a dinghy. I was hoping you'd come with me to Orvar's Island.
Yeah, Graveyard Isle. Yeah,
I was trying not to say that, but okay.
I could do that. I'm losing pretty hard at the cards tonight, so I could accompany you.
Excellent.
Yeah, let's. Are you thinking about now? Is the time?
Yes, quite now.
All right. Well, it's not the new moon, so I feel like we're not pushing our luck.
Mm-hmm. All right.
If you had asked me tomorrow night, the answer may have been different.
All right. Well, tomorrow night I'm going to do my best to not be here. Let's go.
All right. So Bjarn accompanies you out. Yeah, you guys are just going to take like a small dinghy, just going to row out to the island.
Yeah. I assume I don't know if it's just dinghies laying around, but I was thinking I'd go out to the ship and see if they'd let me use one.
Oh, sure, yeah. The captain, Hjorth, it lets you use the dinghy from their boat to head out. So it's not too bad. You just have to be kind of carefully navigate, and so you and Bjarn can easily make it out to Wrecker Island, and it's getting late, and there's not much of a moon, just this tiniest of slivers, so not much light at all. But and so you arrive. Yeah, so Graveyard Isle is very barren, and it was about an hour. It was about an hour of rowing. And there's only, as far as you can see as you approach, only this one secluded little cabin. There are fishing nets hung to dry outside. And they're, so by the jetty, there's about, for 30 meters, the jetty extends from the cabin where Orvar's fishing boat is sitting. And so it's docked. It's docked there. And you see there's a light inside the cabin, but other than that, you don't see any sort of activity.
Okay, I'm gonna let Bjarn handle the docking because it's his job.
Right. Yep. So he gets you into the little jetty, and you can approach the cabin, take a look at the boat. Yeah, anything that you want.
Gonna light up my lantern.
Okay. All right.
Anything illuminated in the darkness?
Oh yeah, why don't you
like crabs?
So you don't see any crabs, but why don't you roll a vigilance?
Oh yeah, it gives you vigilance dice in the dark, I believe.
Oh, nice. Yes, that will be helpful.
1.
Oh, all right. Okay, so you left as dinner was wrapping up. So I guess you were gone before Aksel returned to the room, and so Aksel missed the hasty retreat of Pete and Pace from the dinner, and you can see another small dinghy, like just almost out of sight. You basically are just seeing this silhouette of this rowboat with two chunky, kind of unmistakable figures in
Uh-oh.
it. Yeah, so it looks like you were followed. You were followed to Graveyard Isle by Pete and Pace, but they don't seem to be. They just seem to be watching. They're not making any movement to approach. The boat is just kind of staying off the island. But yeah, you got followed.
What is your opinion of those? What's their last name?
Amundsen. Yeah, Amundsens.
Those Amundsen boys, the creepy brothers.
Yeah, they're an odd bunch. I try not to deal with them. They give us a decent price, and that's about all I've dealt with. I prefer dealing with the mother. I know that they've violently solved some of the problems on the island if there's ever some sailors that give them trouble. So I don't trust them, but the mother seems to be fair in her dealings.
I'll kind of point out at the water towards them and say, "Well, watch your back."
Well, yeah, seems like both the Amundsens and Orvar are very interested in you.
I'll pull up my black sneaky git sweater and show him the handle of my revolver. I got it. Don't worry.
Good thinking.
And I'll make my way, lantern in hand, over to the cabin door and knock on it.
Yeah, so you don't hear. You knock on the door and you don't hear any sound at all. There's no response at all. If you listen closely, you can probably hear a little bit of snoring. What sounds like snoring, but
there's a light coming from the inside. You think?
Yeah. There's a light. Yeah, there's a lantern lit on the inside, and you don't hear any footsteps or anything, but maybe some kind of snoring and heavy breathing.
I'll close my lantern so it goes out and try the doorknob or handle or whatever it is.
Oh, sure. Yeah. The door isn't locked, so it opens easily. And yeah, you see Orvar just kind of collapsed on his little cot. Yeah, his little cot there.
All right, I'll signal for Bjorn to follow me in and close the door and look for a coffee pot.
Oh, okay.
Try to make some coffee if there is any.
Yeah. There definitely is, and yeah, you can easily make some coffee. There's a metal pot on the wood stove.
And then I'll try to gently rouse him with the smell of coffee. Hold a cup under his nose.
All right. So he seems to push it away. He seems to so that the smell of the coffee it starts to stir him a little bit, but pushes him away. Why don't you roll inspiration and see if any of your words can rouse him?
It's worse when you can see the dice. Oh, that was bad.
All right, no push it. No.
I'll start poking and prodding him a little bit. Orvar, get up! Wake up! Orvar, you have guests.
All right, and you see a bottle of alcohol on the small table, not too far, and Orvar keeps pushing away the coffee. But there is a bottle of aquavit.
I'll open it and pour a couple shots worth into the coffee. Here, I fixed it for you.
All right. Yes. All right. Yeah. So, offering him the alcohol seems to have done the job. Yeah. Yeah. So he doesn't have any more reaction yet. It seems like he was getting irritated from the coffee to the point that he might get violent. But smelling the alcohol in it, he takes the cup and kind of turns over on his side and takes a sip.
So if I'm 63, would you say he's older than Nils?
Yeah, he's quite old. It's really hard to tell from the kind of the wind and the sunburn on his face. It's really hard to tell how old he is, and maybe nobody even knows exactly how old. He's just always been here.
Adjust my tone a little and say, "Come on, Orvar, be a good grandfather and sit up and talk with us a while."
What are you here for? Why are you bothering me?
Tell me about the new moon and what's coming.
The new moon. Well, yeah, the family, it's a very important time for the family. Why don't you roll manipulation to see how much he's, and he takes another sip. He takes another sip of the coffee.
I am, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to get angry now, I think.
Okay. All right.
Because Nils has got a very short fuse.
There we go. All right.
1.
Yeah, so you seem to get a little frustrated with how slowly he's starting to talk, and but Orvar explains the new moon, the Baron and the family. Every new moon, they take a little trip. They get in a scurry and head out west to the outer part of the archipelago, to the place they call the Deep Reef. I have never been there myself because I heard that island's cursed. It's always, I've seen it from a distance, and it's always got a cloud of seabirds around it.
Would this be the island that they say doesn't appear on the maps?
Yeah, it's not on the maps. Nobody should be going there if they know what's good for them. But, yeah, I just know that the new moon is when the family makes their trip.
All right, Orvar. Look, you and I are of a certain age. We've seen things. We've been around the world. My old mucker. Let's get down to brass tacks. Are people dying out there, Orvar?
I don't know. I don't know what's causing the disappearances, but I do know something about the Baron.
What about the bear?
He's what they call a sea child. This used to be. We used to think of this as just some kind of story, but occasionally a child of the sea is caught in one of our nets, and it's said that the Amundsens found themselves with a baby from the sea, and the mother Albella decided that she needed to raise this child, so that the young Zacharias was actually not of her blood, but some creature that they retrieved from the ocean.
Like mer creatures?
some definitely some kind of a human-shaped thing that lives under the water, but he, as you can see, he doesn't have a fishy tail, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if he's one of them.
But that might explain the smell, eh?
Yeah, that would. I think everything from the sea has a stink to it once it's on land long enough.
What do you know about that dead priest?
The priest. Yeah, he's one of several several people that have come to this island and not made it back. He was kind of a nuisance, always spitting his fire and brimstone at us poor sailors. Eventually, I think he drew too much attention to himself, and the Amundsens didn't want him around anymore. I don't know who exactly did it, but yeah, I believe someone got rid of the problem in the family. I know that some sailors have been dealt with quite violently and quite harshly, so it's just a shame that that body had to show up on this island. It got me too much attention. I was a little worried I'd have to vacate my cabin. Once that body came up, they heard from the mainland that they said he killed himself because there was a bullet in his head, but I don't know. All of it's very, very strange, and it's all because of this new moon.
And when the big herring boom began, Was Zachariah already with that family, or how old was he at that time?
When he showed up in the family as a baby, it was probably around the time that the father disappeared that the boom started. So he would have been a teenager. So that would have been maybe almost 20 years ago.
Oh, so he was like a teenager when they found him?
No. He was a teenager when the boom started. But
okay.
he was found, and it was kind of Orvar kind of suspected because he was so strange in appearance that Zacharias was a sea baby. But it wasn't until so they were still working as wreckers at that time. Or it's suspected, it's rumored that the Amundsens were wreckers until that time, took some of that wrecker money and built their house, and then suddenly the abundance came. But it coincided with the disappearance of the father.
I'm thinking about going to that island tonight before the new moon. Do you think I would be safe?
Are you asking Orvar?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't go anywhere near that place. Definitely not tomorrow, but it's cursed. All I know is it's cursed. Sometimes it's above the water, sometimes it's below the water. We don't have any idea of when it will appear.
So you're saying you don't want to go with us?
I've lived this long, and I don't think I'm living much longer if I accompany you there.
Well, Orvar, why don't you slow down on the drink a little? I think you want a few more good years in you, don't you?
Yeah, mind your business. This is the way. This is the way that I've kept myself so young looking and and energetic all these years.
Right. All right. Well, thank you for your time, Orvar. I think we'll be heading out.
Well, stay away from that island if you know what's good for you, and don't arouse the anger of that sea child. I've heard they can do unnatural things.
Humor me and bar your door tonight, would you?
All right, we'll do. You go safe back to Wrecker Isle there.
So I'm gonna go outside with Bjarn and look at him and light my lantern and say, I think you realize my master is a quite wealthy man.
I've gotten that impression from how that young feller's dressed.
Mm-hmm. He's also quite moral and determined to keep people safe from these strange goings-ons of here and there about Sweden, and I need your help, Bjarn, is what I'm trying to say, and I'm confident he would reimburse you once this affair is all over.
As soon as my wealth points reset, I'll give him a whole bunch.
So there's two things I need to accomplish tonight before this dreadful new moon that everyone keeps going on about. First thing is we're going to go out to that other boat and confront those boys.
Oh, all right.
Second thing, assuming that goes okay, is we're going to go out to the unmarked island that Orvar was on about. Are you with me?
Wow. Well, let's see here. So I'll let you use that bonus that is it 3 that you get, Aksel, from kind of social?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I wrote it down somewhere. Let me look.
Okay. So yeah, roll manipulation, and you get +3 because of the resource bonus.
Oh yeah, using my master's juice.
Yes. But you need 2 successes because Bjarn is maybe one he could have handled, but both of those requests are pretty intimidating.
There's one.
Yeah. Okay. So
and it
you
was
got
one
him.
of the money ones.
Yeah, nice. I liked that they were green too. That was good. Okay, so Bjorn agrees that he'll. Oh, let's see. Yeah, he'll take you to the. Yeah. So I'll take you. I'll take you to that weird island, but I don't want to tangle with the Amundsen brothers. That could prove very, very bad for my career on this island or on these islands.
All right, but are we in agreement that if they follow us and do anything, you have my back?
That you have, yes.
All right, then proceed.
All right. Okay, and as you head back to the boat, you notice that the dinghy with the brothers on it is no longer there. Yeah, so they've retreated.
I'm just afraid they're going to come back and kill Orvar.
All right, so you're going to proceed toward.
Yeah. Oh, and if there's a way to help him row, I'm going to help because I'm old, but I'm no schlep.
Nice. Okay, so you're heading out to the deep reef. All right, and it's not. So Bjorn knows as well that just like the old sailor, the old fisherman, that just like Orvar said, it's unpredictable. Sometimes it's not visible, and sometimes it's above, but it seems to be above the water, and it's a much lighter. Even in the little bit of moonlight that you have, you can notice that the after about like an hour of rowing out in that direction to the west, that it was last sighted. That it's a different kind of lighter materials or lighter rock. The rock that it's made from, the stone, is very different from the granite on the islands.
Me without my archaeology kits.
Oh, that's right. So so you make it in almost an hour out, and you that island is in sight, and you can see that there's still birds around it, kind of fishing in the waters. They seem to be feeding in the waters around the island, and so the water, the lack of moon is making the water very dark. There's not even, but you see the stars and the brilliant band of the Milky Way are lighting the sky, but the moon is nowhere to be seen. You're just seeing that the moon is just a sliver of itself. As you row out to the island, it's still about the middle of night. But the what seems to be a clear dark night has so suddenly changes. So you're seeing the stars in the sky and the Milky Way itself, but there is so strangely the sky clouds, and just completely out of nowhere this bizarre squall rises up. The rain begins to pound on you in the boats as you're rowing, and the sea suddenly becomes quite violent and churning. So it starts to throw the small dinghy around, and you're going to need to make a force roll to stay. Yeah, to keep it upright and to stay on the boat itself.
Oh, I've got this, sea wench.
You want to make this roll, by the way, just so we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Force
Nice.
is my jam.
Very good. Yes. So you, with the help of Bjarn, keep the boat righted, and you're able to stay on. So you're getting the rain and this sudden wind that howls up at you tries to push you off, and after seeming quite persistent, like it was going to continue on through the night, it just slowly dissipates and fades away. So once again, the sky is clear, and the Stars are visible again, the small sliver of moon, and the island is still off there in the a short distance away. If you want to continue.
Yeah, if the water's calming, I'm gonna hold out the hurricane lamp and kind of sight our way in and look for anything hostile.
All right. Yeah. Apart from the birds, you don't see anything at all on the island itself.
How big is it? I mean, is it small like in that painting, or is it?
Oh no, it's quite significant. It's probably it wouldn't be. Let's see. So if if you're on the map, the archipelago map, it's probably the size of one of these medium-sized islands. So like this island, yeah.
Like that
so
one
it's
in the middle?
that one in the middle. So it's a not tiny. It's probably 100 meters or so long. Quite a significant piece of land. It's easy to land on, and you can walk around a bit on it.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
cool.
so it's not quite 10. It's not 10 kilometers.
Ooh,
so that one's pretty big. So it's one of the size of these smaller islands, just kind of off by itself, and there's nothing else around it at all. No other land.
So my plan is for us to beach on it and go and walk around it.
Okay, so Bjorn can bring you in to the island itself, and it's the sea is once again dead calm, and there's just nothing there at all. But as you why don't you roll? I guess it would be vigilance.
I'm gonna tell Bjorn too when I get out to stay with the boat. It's our only.
That's
our only way out of here.
That's a good plan.
All right, vigilance. Okay, this is the same situation because the lantern gives me a bonus, so I'll roll that separately.
Okay.
Because I am angry.
Yeah, that's right.
So here's my angry dice.
Uh-oh. Come on, lantern. Oh, nice.
Boxcars! Or swishy things, whatever those are.
Nice. All right.
Tugboats.
Whirlpools. I got whirlpools.
Nice. So you explore the island, which doesn't take long with your lantern, and the seabirds are very busy. It seems like there must be a school of fish or something right around the island itself, because even in the middle of the night, the birds are doing very well and feeding. You can't quite identify the material, the stone that this island is made of. It's a lighter rock than the rest of the islands, but it's very unusual.
Is it loose or is it like a hard, like a?
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. Like it's strange, like a volcanic, kind of volcanic kind of rock. It has a strange quality to it.
I'm gonna carefully set the lantern down.
Oh, okay.
And just mimic things I heard Aksel drone on about. So I'm gonna get down on the ground and put my ear against it, like the Native Americans do.
Right.
I think he said that once.
It's strange. It almost sounds like when you put your ear to the stone itself, the movement, the sea kind of washing up against the sides of the island and everything. You hear things almost as if this is like a giant dome. Like there's some hollowness to this island itself. So it sounds very unusual when you put your ear to it. It has a unusual, very different from than anything you would have here at another island. And you do notice, you get some good observation. So there's some fish, some larger fish are kind of breaching the surface of the water, and if you turn to see them as they splash away, you don't see any shapes, but kind of larger fish are perhaps also feeding, but also very active around this island right now.
Is there anything with the fish or the birds that stands out, like unnaturally, or?
Just that they're unusually active. Yeah, that there must be it's a strange coincidence of something a lot for them to eat, or something has attracted a lot of fish, which has then attracted a lot of birds and predator.
I'm gonna pull out my emergency backup silver teaspoon and try to knock off a piece of the rock.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to break a piece off. And during your exploration of the island, the other thing that you see is a symbol carved into the this rock.
Ooh.
That looks very much like the horns of Odin that you saw on the. Did you see that when Aksel got the? Okay, that's right.
I think you told me about the cult people.
Oh, that's right.
Did I
Yeah, you
not
saw the
see it?
embroidery. Yeah, that's right. You had some. Yeah, Aksel had some.
Because I got the letter, but I saw the people wearing the thing. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so that same symbol. There's a large version of that carved into almost. It appears to be the exact center
Is that the
of this island.
the one that came on my letter was the triangles, right?
Yes. Yeah, that was the sign of like fallen warriors.
Right.
And the one that you saw is, or the one that you saw embroidered on the dark suited men, now matches this one, and it's the kind of triple spiral that they call the horns of Odin.
Yeah. How big is it?
It's quite big, so that it would take, like, if people were to encircle it, it might take like about a dozen people standing around in a circle to encircle the shape.
It's just sort of etched. Just sort of etched into the rock, or
yeah, it seems to be carved pretty deeply into the rock, and you see that the stone itself, like, it doesn't look fresh. It looks like it's been weathered a lot by the water and worn down. So at one point it was carved quite deeply, but the edges of that carved area have been softened over time.
I'm going to get down close to it with my lantern, like get on my knees and run my hand through the grooves of the carving and look and see if there's any remnants that have been left around it, or any, like, residues, anything like that.
Right. Yeah, you don't. Nothing unusual examining the carved area. There are. You can't quite tell. I mean, the lantern gives you kind of decent light, but not like the light of day. There could be some stains. There could be some dark staining, like some brown darkish staining in some parts of the shape, but it's hard to tell exactly in these conditions.
Other than that, I'll just wander the perimeter of the island looking for suspicious stuff. But if I don't find anything, I think I'll tell Bjorn it's time for us to go back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing else that jumps out at you except for some fish. There's
only I had a camera.
Yes. And so just the activity of the seabirds and the sea life is unusual, and it smells a little odd. You can't quite place. Yeah, there's so
many smells. Does it smell like the house or the?
No. It's an unusual. Yeah, it's something even stranger. Yeah, kind of a deep.
Smell like death, because I fought.
Yeah, or kind of like rotten. More like rotten seaweed and kind of
decay.
Yeah, decay and rot. But with a kind of a salty sea kind of twinge to it.
Back to Rowan.
All right. Yeah. And so you have an uneventful trip back to. So you're going to head back to Wrecker Isle?
Yeah, I'm going to let Bjorn know on the way that this has been extremely helpful, and I'm very grateful. And I'll make sure that his recompense is more monies than I had really originally planned.
Oh, very, very good. Very good, sir. I'm glad to be of help. And I'm glad we didn't have to spend any more time at the deep reef. It was a strange, That's a very uncomfortable place there. I've heard bad things.
Does he want his liquor payment now, or does he want to wait?
Oh yeah. If you wouldn't mind settling up once we get back to the island, I'd appreciate it.
All right. Well, follow me back to the house. You don't have to go in. I understand.
All right.
But I will go fetch my bottle of fine wine that I set and hand it over to him.
Oh, nice. All right. Whoa. Yeah. So Bjarn is very impressed with the vintage and the vineyard of the wine you offered him. Wow, this is quite a reward. I appreciate being well compensated.
Well, there's more where that came from. Don't you forget.
Very good, very good. And good
Will,
night.
Will, were you using a cover story? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I was, yeah.
About like where we were from.
Yeah, I remember I was Adam.
Stockholm.
Yeah, we're from Stockholm.
Okay. So I won't give him your card. Okay.
All right.
But then, yeah, I'm gonna. Are you? Is Aksel in bed or what time?
Well,
what's going on?
I think that if depending on how late you are, I don't know what time was it that he'd be getting back.
It'd be probably the early dawn. So yeah, like 3 or 4. Yeah, I would imagine the lights starting to come up.
I would think that after like everyone's gone to bed and I'm waiting around and he's not back, I would start to get antsy and actually want to explore around the house a little bit. So I would like to maybe see if there's like a basement or like if he has a study to try to get in there. One of those.
Oh, sure. All right. Let's see. Whoa. Okay, so first, if you want to leave your room undetected, we should probably do a stealth.
Alrighty. I'm okay at that. I can do that. I got a success. No problem. Put on my little black socks. Start tiptoeing around.
Nice. Oh, but some of the boards in the the boards in the stairs as you start to creep around creak, and very soon you're confronted with with Zacharias holding a rifle. He's got a rifle in his hands, and he's like, "What gets you out of your bed this evening, Master Aksel?"
I have a syndrome of restless legs. If I sometimes in the middle of the night they start to cramp up and twitch on me, I have to go for short walks. I was hoping to walk down to the water and back. You seem a little concerned. Have you had people breaking into your house to steal stuff? Are the sailors here not to be trusted?
Yes, the island can be a little rough, so I'm very very careful to any sounds I hear in the house to investigate them. Some of these sailors are a little jealous when they see the residents, or maybe they have a bad day at the sea, and they want to instead of earning their keep, they want to rob us. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous.
Oh, then maybe I'll just go back up to my room and do some calisthenics instead of walking down to the beach. I don't want to be waylaid by ne'er-do-wells. Thank you for the warning.
Yes, I would be careful. Be careful around late at night. I'd encourage you to be cautious.
Thank you. I appreciate you being so secure and keeping me so safe. And I'll like walk back up doing weird steps as if my legs are hurting me. Oh, these legs. All
right. Yeah. So he's a little jumpy. So if he hears anything, he comes running out of his room. So how is Nils going to get back into the into the room? Are you going to go back the same way you left, or are you going to just do the front door?
Nils is really tired. His arms are really sore, and he's angry and battered. So he's literally going to just put his mask hat in his pocket, and try the door. And if it's locked, knock on the door.
Okay, yeah. And the maid Allura comes to the front of the door. What are you doing out at this late hour? It's not safe with these sailors around.
Oh, I apologize, young miss. I sleepwalk sometimes. And yes, these are my night clothes. Don't ask any questions. All right. If you don't mind, I'm ready to retire.
Very good. Can I get you anything before you head to your room?
The new house with no smells? No.
All right. Okay, yeah, so she unlocks the door and lets you in, and then returns to her.
Stumble into our room and fall over my bed. I'm not going to be able to put out your pajamas tonight, sir.
All right.
How did it go? You seem in one piece.
Kind of groan, turn over, and reach in my pocket and pull out the little rock and throw it over his way. I am no expert, sir, but I think these folks are going to take us out to that island and kill us. Good night.
I'll just stare at the rock, I guess. I guess I'll dress myself then.
Try to sleep away at least one of my conditions.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, what do you want to be rid of? Yeah, so you guys you'll have a if you try to get some rest, you'll be able to get rid of at least one of your conditions, but I'll need you to let me do something after that.
I'm getting rid of angry.
Okay. Anger subsides.
For now.
It'll be back.
So you're able to get a short amount of sleep. Your additional, you still had the battered condition. Yeah. So your the sleep that you have is a bit fitful and strange. Both of you dream that of drowning. So the room that you're in. So you dream that while you're sleeping, the guest room that you're in fills with seawater to the ceiling, and you can't escape. You're desperately trying to swim down to the windows or get to the door, and you can't escape the room. And you have this weird vision of being deep below the surface of the sea, and the room itself. As you're underwater long enough, you realize you're not even in the room anymore, but somewhere in the dark depths of the sea, and there are strange creatures just lurking out into the darkness in all of this horrible water. So I've got a success. So I'll need you to do a fear test 1.
Oh.
Your one weakness.
Well, sorta. Because we're in the Dreamlands,
mm-hmm.
Can I use loyal or no?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in your dream, if Aksel was in your dream, yeah, you can definitely use loyal, because you would be imagining that you're protecting him.
Whew.
Nice.
Well, that means between loyal and brave, I got an extra 3 dice.
Nice.
All right, so it's fair. This is when you just pick one of the 2 attributes, right?
Yes. Yeah. Either logic or.
So that's going to be empathy. With 3 bonus dice. Let's do this.
Nils.
No.
Do your worst.
Okay. Oh yeah. So that's right. We have to do the fear.
I do like how this always works out, because I feel like I'm like panicking, and then I'd have like a lucid dreaming moment because I use logic to understand that, like, oh, this is just a dream and crazy vision. Meanwhile, you're trying to find lanterns to throw and burn stuff with. You're on the ocean.
Yeah. I'm like screaming and punching at fish and stuff.
Okay, so when you become terrified, you suffer a number of mental conditions equal to the fear value. So you one mental condition.
Well, I think I'll take frightened. That seems appropriate.
Yes. Right. And
switching gears from angry to frightened.
Nice. And terrified, yes. So that's right. And you get to decide. So when you're terrified, you can decide. So what is your reaction? Are you going to flee, freeze, faint, or attack? And it's it's a kind of a drowning experience that you're having.
Well, I think between that experience and the fact that Nils is convinced that we're destined to be sacrificed on this mystery rock,
right? Yes.
Opening the window and diving out is what he's going to do.
Oh, okay. All
Probably
right.
screaming, I can't breathe, I can't breathe.
All right. All right. So make a force test then to see
Oh, yeah.
see how you're doing.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so yeah, you do flee out the window.
I want to push that, but I feel like
yeah.
narratively it doesn't make any sense for a half awake guy to do it. It's fine.
Right.
We'll see what happens. Go for it.
Okay, so yeah, you do flee out the window. So once you've awakened, yeah, you flee out the window and kind of hit the roof and fall off the edge of the edge of the house again. And so take a physical condition. So
sensing wounded here.
yes,
all right.
wounded will do it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Nils is falling apart again.
All right.
Nils, are you okay?
Yes. Yeah. So you feel like you open the window, but you're swimming out into more water. But then you awake to find that you're not actually floating in water and just
I'm plummeting.
you plummet up the side of the house. But you still in your throat. You still can feel you're still choking and spitting up seawater.
Oh, that's
very
disturbing.
Very disturbing. And Aksel has the same kind of feeling of the same, still the taste in your mouth of seawater, which is very odd. So you awoke, not terrified, but the very strange sensation.
Maybe it was real after all. I'll look out the window at first thing I'll do is I'll look out the window and see if Nils is alive.
Right.
Barely, sir.
Yes, he's hanging in there. He seems to be.
Don't move. You may have broke something. I'll come down and get you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. And as you leave the room, you see that Zacharias is standing there again with his rifle and asking, "Is everything okay?"
My manservant has night terrors and apparently jumped out the window.
Yeah, so that's like 3 sleeping disorders we've cited in this one day.
Can you have, or is Laura around? Can she get him something strong to drink and settle his nerves? He tends to ramble a bit after these episodes.
Certainly, I'll have something brought to your room. They do say the sea, for people not used to it, the sea can fill your head with nightmares at night, and he kind of grins a little.
Yes,
and,
yes. It's funny. It hasn't seemed to bother me at all, but I guess for some, maybe.
Very good, very good. So I'll have that brought to your room, and yes, so you should try to get some more rest before the sun comes up.
My man's laying on the ground outside, and I'd like to go down and get him if that's.
Of course, yes, yes. Just let yourself out the front and see what. Would you like my brothers to assist you?
No. This isn't the first time he's hurt himself in the night. Oh, I'm sure he's quite embarrassed. I don't want him to have to deal with anyone else.
Yes.
He's getting quite old. I really just, sentimental reasons really is the reason why we even keep him on anymore.
I see. That must be difficult. Well, good luck retrieving your manservant, and I'll go back to my room. Zacharias retreats again, and Laura, is you hear her in the kitchen.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go down and check him out and make sure nothing's broke. Ooh, your leg looks a little swollen now, but can you walk?
When Aksel gets close to Nils, he's gonna like grab him by the shirt collar and pull him close. Like, they're going to kill us.
Not if you kill yourself first. What happened? The dream?
I went to see Orvar. He was drunk. But he looked around kind of frightened.
We're like as you're laying in the
Yeah,
backyard or
right.
in the middle of the night.
He's implicated the whole family. That Mystery Island, they go out there every new moon and bad things happen. And more importantly, he says that the Zachariah is not. He's a foundling. He's a child of the sea. He's some sort of mer creature.
Is that all the Vaesen do? Is give their babies away?
And it was when he came of age that they switched from being these, immoral wrecker people to having this fish boom. There's some sort of deal with Vaesen at work here, sir. And what's more, those men in Uppsala with the clothes with the strange symbols.
I told you don't need to worry about them. I'm sure they have nothing to do with anything.
That symbol is carved on the Mystery Island.
God damn it. Okay.
It's carved deep, sir, and old. And I believe it's hollow. I think that island might be hiding some sort of lair.
Oh my. And me without my books to know how to stop it.
Oh, and the two brothers, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, they followed me to Orvar's island. So not only do I think we're going to be killed tomorrow, sir, or tonight, I think Orvar's walking dead too. We've implicated him. There's so much blood on our hands. Oh my god, so much blood.
Nils, I really need you to hold together for me.
Slap me and tell me to act like a butler. And that's not a kink, for the record.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe a little one. But I'm not going to slap you. I know I can trust you to help and that you'll do everything you can, but I need you to try to hold it together. I'm counting on you. I can't fight these people on my own. I don't have the skill with a pistol that you do, and we both know I haven't been doing my exercises in the morning.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, sir. Yes, I'm sorry. Let me just get up. Oh, God.
Let me help you. Ooh, you're heavy. Let me help you up.
Pull these branches out of my side.
I hear what you're saying. I say we go back up into our room tonight.
The drowning box?
That, as I kind of taste my mouth in the seawater, it was only a dream, like the crabs and everything else. It wasn't real, and it couldn't hurt you.
Did I mention the ocean tried to kill us when we went out there?
No, you didn't say that. How did the ocean try to kill you when you went out there?
Well, there was like this great swell in the water that came out of nowhere, and we had to hold on for dear life. And then once we got through it, it all subsided again. It was not natural, sir. Not natural.
And I do not question your belief in this, but are you sure that was real?
Oh, yeah, you can ask Bjarn. I took him with me. Also, we're going to owe him money.
Bjarn's been dead for 12 years! Oh!
Oh, no.
Well, I don't have much coin left on me, but...
Oh, no, I told him it would be down the road a little. Once this little investigation is over, we'll probably want to find some recompense for him.
Once we're done being sacrificed to the sea?
Yeah, well, you solve that, and then we'll be able to pay Bjarn.
I must admit, this is a little out of my depth.
Is there any chance his inspiration can buoy me up a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you want to get rid of... so are you still angry? Which mental?
I'm frightened.
Frightened. Oh, that's right, frightened. That's right, from the nightmare. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so roll inspiration. Aksel, yes, to calm down.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I did not succeed.
Well, there's no point in you getting mentally handicapped to unmental handicap me because you have better stats than I do.
We'll be done with this by tomorrow night.
Something will be done by tomorrow night, sir.
There's some brandy on the way to help relieve.
Yeah, I feel like Nils might be heading towards some alcoholism.
Right. Yes. Yeah, you've had to use that a lot.
In hindsight, were Pete and Pace, were they drinking a lot?
No.
Like alcohol wise. I mean,
Well, yeah, no. You didn't see them drink at all, either at dinner or when you saw them in the inn or anything. Yeah, they didn't seem to drink at all.
Let's get back up to our room, wait for things to quiet down a little bit, and check our arms and start making plans for the morning.
Of course, sir. I apologize. It's been a long day and an even longer night.
I understand. I have not been faced with the same visions and supernatural events that you have. I cannot judge you on how you've reacted.
I have to ask, sir, and I look again around a little nervously again, if Zechariah is some sort of sea child, wouldn't you and I detect something about him with our, look around again, sight?
Well, potentially, unless he naturally looks human. I don't know. I'll try to. Can I, using the occult library, which gives me a bonus to rolls on a specific occult thingy?
Oh yeah.
Can I? I'm trying to find it so I can.
You do like a learning. Yeah.
Yeah, do like a learning roll to see if I can what I know about sea children and mer people in general.
Sure. Yeah, definitely you can do that.
I just want to see what it is. Headquarters has an occult library. Free success on a roll.
Oh,
so
nice.
Automatically get one success. So I'll just do a learning roll here.
Okay.
So that's one success naturally plus the one from the book or the library. 2 successes total.
Oh, 2. Okay, good. Okay. Yes. So, you remember that you have read old folk tales about mermaids. Fishermen have, the sea children are something that does happen. Mermaid children caught in the nets of fishermen and raised by humans. The children always stay near the sea. They always continue a longing for the sea, and of course they grow up to be excellent swimmers and fishermen. And the other thing that you know about mermaids and their kind is it's often thought that mermaids need to be given offerings. So then the mermaid may repay such kind acts with the favorable winds, huge catches of fish, and other bounty, and they will also punish those that don't give them what they want by sending storms and icebergs and things into their paths. And it's also written that some mermaids require human sacrifices.
So are the sea children thought to be the actual children of mermaids, or are they like the children of like a sailor and a mermaid that gets caught in a net?
It's supposed to be the children of mermaids. Yeah, in this case, it may, the appearance, and actually, with that learning appearance, because you did have dinner with him. So you watched Zacharias eat, and you did notice his brothers, of course, had horrible teeth. Very few teeth left in their heads, and all kind of brown and rotten. But Zacharias himself seemed to have his teeth seemed to be fine, but they were kind of dark and sharp in their appearance, and maybe no one else maybe no one else with a person with the sight would have noticed something like that. So he had dark and sharp teeth. And you also know that he's able to manipulate the appearance of things. So it could just be he's controlling his appearance through magic. So they have a certain amount of magic they're able to use.
Do we know if throwing salt water on them makes them revert or anything like that? Is there any?
The only other thing, only 2 successes, so you don't know. You don't know what it is. There may be something. Yeah, there may be something that counters their magic or their appearance or does something to them. But you're not aware of that right now.
This may be just throwing darts blindly, sir, but perhaps you could do some of that strange Latin mumbo jumbo that you did before that angered the trolls so much?
Ooh.
The exorcism? I remember most of it. I could throw some of it out. It's a little hard to do it casually to an adult, but
maybe you could pawn it off as like something like an old Latin blessing for fruitful business or something.
I can give it a shot. I fear that it may just exacerbate the situation.
They're going to kill us.
Yes, but every minute that they have not acted yet is a minute longer that we can ponder and plan. I feel like I may use that as a... It looks like the dung has hit the spokes, so to speak, situation. And
Sir?
I'm sorry. That was uncouth of me. I apologize for that. I hear what you're saying, and I will use it when I feel it's appropriate. I appreciate the idea.
Excellent.
Now let's get up, lock ourselves in our room, and start checking our bullets.
Okay. Sounds good.